Good morning, everyone. A beautiful, chilly morning in Chicago. My name is Rosa Scaro. I'm the General Superintendent and CEO of the Chicago Park District. I'd like to welcome all of you to the historic Garfield Park Conservatory, one of our city's most celebrated and popular destinations and the gem of the West Side. I'm pleased to be here alongside Mayor Johnson, 24th Ward Alderman Jason Irvin, 28th, sorry, apologies, 28th. So I don't know, I'm giving you an additional ward, that's what it is. No apologies, let me repeat that. 28th Ward Alderman Jason Irvin, 27th Ward Alderman Walter Burnett, Interim CDOT Commissioner Tom Carney, and Mike Thomas, Executive Director of the Garfield Park Community Council, to celebrate new transportation at Garfield Park. There are many safety improvements to Central Park Avenue, making this path and roadway to Garfield Park Conservatory safe and beautiful. Each year, hundreds of thousands of guests, yes, absolutely, safe routes. Each year, hundreds of thousands, and to be exact, 300,000 guests and visitors, including families and students, visit the conservatory. 15,000 school children come to the conservatory every year to enjoy the seasonal flower show, participate in programs, or attend any of the many special events held here. So with that much traffic coming, imagine how important these safe roadways and bike lanes are to us here at the Park District. We're thrilled to see the completion of this project makes traveling around the entire conservatory in our neighborhood here throughout Garfield Park safer for everyone, especially for all of the pedestrians and road users, children, seniors, pedestrians, and bikers. And I just want to say that building brick and mortar roads and bike lanes are about building stronger communities and really about bringing us all together in a path to safety into beautiful spaces like Garfield Park. I want to express my gratitude to everyone here today for this commitment to make parks, streets, and communities safer and more accessible. And this is just one of the many investments that are happening across the city. And I want to thank CDOT and the mayor, because there are so many projects that are a strong partnership between parks and CDOT. So with that, it is my honor to introduce you to Chicago's Mayor, Brandon Johnson.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner, for your leadership, and good morning to everyone. Thank you to Alderman Irvin for his leadership, and I'm grateful that he is only concentrating on one ward. And Alderman Burnett, they make a brother like me focus on all the wards, but that's okay. I signed up for it though, right? But it's really great to be here in Garfield Park with all of you this morning to celebrate the completion of a very important safety project. And again, from the leadership of Alderman Irvin and Burnett, and of course our CDOT Acting Commissioner Tom Carney, who is here, the Garfield Park Community Council Executive Director Mike Thomas, and Garfield Park Conservatory President, CEO Jennifer Valkenburg. We're gathered on the west side to celebrate one of our crown jewels, what I believe is the best botanical conservatory in the entire nation. And the Garfield Park Conservatory has been a special place for so many people. But this $1.5 million Central Avenue safety project between Madison and Franklin Boulevard will implement some of the most important improvements that this region has needed. It's added pedestrian space in front of the conservatory. We've raised the crosswalks, creating safer crossing to the conservatory and the Golden Dome Garfield Park Fieldhouse. And finally, we added a new protected bike lane, making it safer for all residents and visitors to ride a bike in Garfield Park. This new bike lane is part of a growing network of bike infrastructure in the Garfield Park and Austin neighborhoods. I want to take this moment to thank and applaud CDOT for their work to collaborate with communities and to expand safe bike infrastructure as outlined in the Chicago Cycling Strategy. As someone who rides their bike regularly, and particularly this is a part of my bike route, I am so grateful to the progress that is being made. the advancements that we are making to create a more equitable infrastructure in every single neighborhood. That is the hallmark of my administration. And with that, we recognize that traffic safety is public safety, and that creating safer streets is part of creating a better, stronger, and a much safer Chicago. We will continue to create safer spaces for families, whether you are walking or riding and using strollers with your children, or if there's inexperienced bike riders or people who are using mobility devices. All of them should feel equally supported and welcome and protected. Children, parents, grandparents will be able to use our roads with confidence and get to wherever they need to get to in our great city. And that's the way it should be. And finally, once again, I want to thank CDOT as well as both local older people that are here, the Garfield Park Conservatory, the Garfield Park community, and everybody knows the West Side is the best side. And with that, it is my pleasure to bring and welcome Acting CDOT Commissioner Tom Carney. Mr. Carney.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson and Superintendent Escareno. Good morning, I'm Tom Carney, Acting Commissioner of CDOT. Thank you all for being here to celebrate a significant milestone in enhancing safety and accessibility in Garfield Park. This project has several key improvements that I'd like to highlight. Raised crosswalks in front of the Garfield Park Conservatory and in front of the Golden Dome. Raised crosswalks encourage drivers to slow down and yield to people crossing the street. They also improve visibility, making pedestrians more visible to the driver. We've also increased pedestrian space at the main entrance to the conservatory. And finally, we've installed protected bike lanes on Central Park between Madison and Franklin Boulevard. These connect to the existing bike lanes on Franklin Boulevard and Lake Street. These improvements were designed and implemented with a focus on preventing serious traffic crashes and curbing dangerous speeding and reckless driving. We already are seeing improvements in safer driving speeds, with initial observations showing 60% less drivers are exceeding 30 miles per hour when going through the corridor. As many of you may remember, there was a fatal crash at this intersection 2 years ago when a Chicago woman, Linda Mesh, was killed in a hit-and-run crash while leaving the conservatory. And we're very honored and privileged that several of her friends and colleagues have chosen to join us here today to honor her legacy. While there is no one-size-fits-all solution to traffic deaths, designing safer streets is a critical part of mitigating such tragedies and striving for a safer Chicago. That's why CDOT integrates safety features into all of our construction programs. 2023 in particular was an extremely busy one for CDOT, delivering safety improvements citywide. Right on time, guys.
Hey Tom, I know I'm just showing off right now, but
Hey, you can't make this stuff up. This year we're upgrading about 400 intersections to advance pedestrian safety. These include curb bump outs, pedestrian refuge islands, raised crosswalks, and bus boarding islands. And we're on pace to install more than 55 miles of bikeway projects, including more miles of protected low-stress bike lanes. So in closing, I want to make sure we thank Alderman Irvin and Alderman Burnett for being here today, our partners with the Chicago Park District, the Garfield Park Conservatory Alliance, the Garfield Park Community Council, and the Active Transportation Alliance. And I also want to acknowledge the hard work of our CDOT team. Many of them are here today. Managing Deputy Commissioner Vig Krishnamurthy, Complete Streets Director Dave Smith, Brad Huff, Kirk Fosnett, Sid Sa, who are part of the design team, the prime contractor Begain Paving, and the construction team of RE team of Connect, and the resident engineer Alan Young. And I just want to close by saying, we really appreciate the acknowledgement, Mayor, to hear that you're using the infrastructure that we're putting out there. There's a strong, that's awesome. The folks here today take a lot of pride in hearing that, and that we really appreciate that, to hear that the boss gives it a thumbs up. So thank you. And I just want to acknowledge, we work with all 50 aldermen, but these two aldermen up here, Alderman Irvin and Alderman Burnett, are two of the most hands-on aldermen we work with. There's several projects, this year they come out, they meet our team on site, they meet with the residents, the businesses, and they really push us to get our projects right, to make the best investments for the community. So we thank you for your partnership. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Chairman Irvin, Alderman of 28th Ward.
Thank you, Commissioner. Also, we want to thank you all for joining with us, even though what led to this was not ideal circumstances. Be that as it may, the improvements in pedestrian and traffic safety in this community have skyrocketed in the last few years, and because it is necessary, believe it or not, Madison and Central Park is probably one of the most dangerous intersections outside of downtown Chicago, where we experience many traffic fatalities, primarily with pedestrians. It was a friend of mine back in 2005 that was struck coming across Madison. It kind of opened my eyes to pedestrian and traffic safety here in the community, and the work of CDOT and what they've been doing to help improve traffic safety has been immeasurable. So we want to thank everyone for their participation today. We also want to thank our commissioner. I have some sidewalk about a block away from here that we need to get out. It's already marked, just pull it out and keep rolling. But nonetheless, we work hard because we know that these improvements are necessary in this community. Garfield Park is the gem of the west side of Chicago. I want to thank the mayor and his team for over $25 million worth of improvements that have gone into Garfield Park over the course of these last year. We want to continue on that pace because, as he said, the west side is the best side, and in order to be the best side, we have to have the best of everything, from our parks, our great school right across the street from us that's in partnership with the conservatory at Al Raby. So again, a lot of positive work and a lot of positive energy in this community. We want to continue that work, and I just want to thank the mayor, the Park District, and CDOT for all that they're doing to make this community as great as it can be. With that, I want to bring our vice mayor up. I thought he was coming, he was going to claim this part of his ward, reclaim it again, but we work in part. He's on the other side of the viaduct, so we have to work together with this. But I want to introduce our vice mayor, Walter Burnett.
Thank you very much, Alderman Irving, and thank you for moving over a little bit so people can see me. I really appreciate it. It's challenging when you stand in front of me, man. But anyway, it gives me great honor and a pleasure to be here. I want to thank the mayor, thank CDOT, Active Trans, the Garfield Park Conservatory, transportation, everyone that's involved. This is something, with this happening to Linda, which is very unfortunate. It's good that we celebrate her legacy by trying to make sure other people are safe. This is fantastic. You look at this spot, this is a unique spot because 300,000 people are coming to the conservatory right now. I would say that more than that is going to come when we have the Democratic Convention next year, right? But we also have an L stop there. Hundreds of people going at L stop. You got kids that go to school right here. You got people that come from this side of the viaduct, my ward, who walk and ride this way all the time. So I'm happy that we are making sure that people are safer in the city of Chicago. To be honest, there always are rubs when you move things around in the street because people lose parking or whatever the case may be, and there's always challenges with that, but safety comes first. So I want to commend the mayor and CDOT and everyone that's involved of trying to make sure that people are safe, especially our visitors that's coming from other places, but also the residents that are here, that live here. And so I'm happy for that. So thank you very much. And now I'd like to introduce someone who helped me very much, one of our delegate agencies who helped me to navigate everything in East Garfield Park in my ward, Mike Thomas from the Garfield Park Community Council.
Good morning. My name is Mike Thomas. I'm the Executive Director of the Garfield Park Community Council and also a resident of Garfield Park. My wife and I have called Garfield Park home for the past 20 years, and we've raised 2 children in the neighborhood. I'd like to take a moment to honor Linda Minch and her family and her friends who are here today joining us. The Central Park Avenue improvements support working class families by making transit more walkable and mobility more practical in our neighborhood. According to the Urban Institute, while downtown ridership decreased, both the both the Conservatory Green Line and the Pulaski Blue Line, both in Garfield Park, saw the smallest decline in ridership during COVID. Today's improvements not only support essential workers, but helps improve wellness in Garfield Park by making our neighborhood more bike-friendly and our park more walkable. While we can travel on our bicycles east and west very easily, we didn't have bike lanes protecting us north and south. But now, with these new bike lanes that have been installed, we can travel between Logan Square and Little Village, so thank you. In closing, GPCC and residents would like to thank CDOT, the Park District, our alderman, and the mayor for making our neighborhood safer and healthier. Thank you. So at this time, we're going to cut the ribbon. Erica's going to come up with the ribbon. So thank you again for joining us.